Dude, it is freaking pretty long.
It's
and
really
powerful
long.
again.
It's like
Yeah.
at a perfect
Well, it's
angle where it
different.
looks long. Yeah, that's pretty.
Sean's not as bad because it's coming up, whereas
What?
Dylan's looks like it's just feeding right into his mouth.
Yeah, because it's like at an angle, so it's like perfect in it. This is why I don't like the mic in screen with me. And Zach today was like, "You gotta make sure that it's in screen with you." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, that's fine." Sure
Mine's
enough,
off screen.
5 minutes into the episode, I'm getting roasted.
Small talk.
That was very disciplined of you guys to not say anything there at the pause. Welcome, everyone, to tonight's episode of Small Talk, the show where we talk about absolutely nothing important at all. We are on episode 68. So thank you for tuning in. We are going to have a good show tonight. We got some good Star Wars news, since we were I don't think we had any last show, of course, and then in between last show and this one we had May the 4th, so we got a lot to catch you up on there. And then we're going to do that smaller talk segment I kind of mentioned the last show, so we'll have some kind of taboo discussion there for a topic. And first, though, I want to say hi to my co-hosts. I am joined by Sean, Eddie Money Mendez, and then Brent and Mr. Strange. What?
How's it going?
How's it going, guys?
Going good, man. Going good.
Why are you
You
so
know, I have
You
awkward?
to
always
say-
sound so
It's like-
depressed when you say that.
We just came off of state testing, so we're all depressed.
Jesus. You guys
Every
could use some better
teacher
scores.
right now is freaking out right now.
You guys could use some better scores there in Texas, or what?
No, it's just what rides on it feels like that.
Oh.
Is that because
That
your
was
school funding is
incredibly.
based on
That's
that?
what she said.
Oh my god.
Right? Incredibly.
It was so descriptive.
Yeah. How are you, Eddie? It's been a couple shows since you've been on.
Really? I wasn't on the show before the last. Just one show. Unless I missed it. I don't remember.
I guess like it's been you just missed the very last show.
My brain only goes as far as 2 weeks back, and then after that, there's just like a mixed jumble
Doesn't
of shit
exist.
going on. Yeah.
That's fair.
But I miss you guys, man. I miss fucking around with all three of you. Pause.
Wait, what?
We love fucking around with you too. Yeah, you were on the Tuesday show actually. How was that coming back? You had a couple of zingers in there.
Bad decision.
Why?
Got heated,
Why?
man.
Oh,
Got
it did?
heated.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't get to
No,
the
it
end
wasn't.
yet, but
It was fun. It was really fun. We had a good talk about Queen Studios and their Gandalf, and it was cool hanging out with the guys and talking about Star Wars stuff. I wanted to go on to talk about the Attack of the Clones Hot Toys, so it was cool to talk about those because a lot of those look pretty good. Trying to not buy those, but I may end up getting some of those, so we'll see. But it was fun.
you gotta stop giving yourself rules because you just break them.
Rules.
Um,
Listen, you
They're more
need
like
discipline.
guidelines.
Okay, you need.
But-
If I don't
but
give myself
we don't
rules, then
have it.
everybody's a Dylan. And
We're
a Brenton.
collectors. We don't have discipline. Even when we think we have it, we don't have it unless we're totally out. But
Eddie,
Brenton, how are
say
you?
that like a bad thing. Oh, I'm good. You know what? I actually had dinner with Mark tonight. Mark and I met
Marky
up.
PP?
Or did
Yeah.
he touch you?
No. We hands free.
What did you guys eat?
All right.
What did you get to eat?
He said hands free.
Well, we actually stopped in since there's not a lot
Wow.
around here. Cracker Barrel. Went to the old Cracker Barrel.
Oh,
It's
I've
about
never
as
been to
white as you can
Cracker
get. Very good.
I'm glad you said it so loud.
I know it was like
Uh.
old people hour, so we were probably the youngest people in the place, but that's okay.
He went by himself, or
Um,
did he take his wife and kids?
No, he was by himself because he's up here working, so that's why we were able to meet up.
at a hotel room alone. Okay, let's say hi to the chat. Let's see who we got in here. We got Toy Mafia, of course, as always, there first. We got Lane, once again defeated by Toy Mafia. Great comment. 2K3, Dennis.
Dennis.
Hey, Dennis, how's it going? We got Bob Dylan. And then Caffeinated Comic Fan, Equan. All the small things. I don't think that's been a title yet of a show. It needs to be.
It does.
Very good.
Yeah.
I like that. There's the 12 scale bros. Hell yes. Badfish says he's watching Chell, baby. Right? Chell. That's how you guys say it. So I may not be able to pay full attention. So obviously where I'm from, most of us are Wild fans, and again, another Minnesota team letting us down in the playoffs. Nobody like ESPN or anything like that gives us credit for being such a heartbroken state as far as pro sports are concerned. I saw a tweet.
But
the
y'all
other
try
day.
so hard.
I saw a tweet the other day that was so pathetic as far as like how sports have gone. My buddy sent it in one of our chats, and it kicked up this big conversation, like debate that we had, because essentially the debate was, so essentially here's the stats. Sorry, I'm going off topic, guys. I'll get back to it, I promise. But so Twins have the longest losing streak in MLB playoff history. Vikings, most playoff losses in NFL history, most missed field goals in playoff history. And then Wolves, worst winning percentage in North American sports history. Wild, annual first round exit, because they're down 3-2 in the series now. So I brought up the point, would you rather have a team that sucks or a team that's going to make the playoffs but you know they're going to lose round 1 or 2 no matter every time? Because that's the crisis that we are in Minnesota sports. We are constantly being let down by early exits.
I feel like with the evolution of the NBA and how many teams who have finally had their chance to come up, I mean, this is like the chance.
Yeah, but you didn't answer my question. Would you rather have your team just get there and not do anything, or just not get there at all?
I think you just want to get there.
Yeah.
I think that's
what the other guy said, but I'm to the point where I don't expect anything, to where I'm like, I'd rather my team just fucking suck and I can enjoy the playoffs.
Well, you know what? I heard that Minnesota is where they created participation trophies. So
Shut up, bitch!
Oh shit.
Unbelievable. So we got Mr. Strange. I wasn't finished with the chat. Getting sidetracked. Mr. Strange, John Ortiz, Mark P, David Jones. Hey guys. Big Blue. Yeah. Okay, so we got actual art behind me. So huh?
Wait, really quick, I wanted to say this because I thought it was a funny thought that I had. Because someone gave us a show title, All the Small Things. You guys want to hear how the show titles, how we decide what is a show title? Wednesday night, so the night before the show, when I make the thumbnail, because I'm a procrastinated fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say on Monday I asked for show name titles.
Did you?
It's weird because none of us care, but at the same time we're kind of picky about what it is. It's kind of weird.
That's true, 100%.
It's like the most discussion we have in the chat is about the show title. There's no thought process behind it usually, but yeah, we're one short of the big number.
Yeah,
that's the real.
So I'm like, last night I'm like, hey, any thoughts on a show title? And like, I got nothing. And Dylan's like, same. And Sean, I don't even think respond. Oh, Sean did, but as usual, we ignored that one.
I was gonna say, like, I stopped answering. So when you tagged me, I was like, motherfucker.
And then I was like, well, next episode is 69, so I think this is a good one. One short of the big time.
So that means our next episode name, Nice.
Nice. Hey.
Okay, so for my art behind me, you can see here. This is a
Oh, amazing.
Where's
Sorry,
the original art?
It is no, it's an art print,
I know,
and
but
it is.
where's Mr. Peps?
Oh, so I got it. It flew down when we had our carpets cleaned. I gotta post it back up. I'll probably put it. I still gotta like.
You need a
should
nice
put it
little
there,
frame now to go
like,
with
over
it.
here. Yeah, I know. Get that stupid thing framed for like $20. God. But yeah, so this one is called "Show Me the Way to Go Home," and it's obviously the song that they're singing
we,
in Jaws. Yes.
I feel like we
Catfish.
should attempt the
Here-
scene.
Hell yes, caffeinated. Here's the swimming with bow-legged women. Great.
Ye Spanish ladies.
I bid you adieu.
Do you know the first word I think of when I see that print is mother? Because that's my
Yeah.
favorite part.
With the
When he's like-
when they're doing the tattoos, yeah.
Yeah, when he's talking about the tattoos, he's like, let me guess, mother.
Yeah.
I love that part.
Great movie, masterpiece. But yeah, so thanks for noticing, Big Blue. Usually that's like a point that I get roasted on. So, okay, so real quick, we'll go down the line here on what we got new since the last show. I'll be honest, I don't have a ton, so mine will be short. But Sean, you got anything?
Yeah, I got 3 figures. I got Eddie's favorite Thor figure. Right
You
here.
hate to see it.
So say what it is for the listeners.
So it is the Thor. I guess he's fully armored from Thor:
Spoilers.
Love and Thunder. No, it's not. We've talked about it 3 times already.
It's fucking spoiled every time we talk.
Honestly, I think it looks great. I love the blue armor. I love the black and the gold contrasts on him. My 2 biggest gripes is that so the hair is flowing one way, right? And then the cape flows the other way here. So like his hair kind of goes this way and his cape's going this way. Can't really see it that well, but
Wow.
and then the other gripe that I do have with it is that it comes with the same fucking plastic
Got,
ass
your Stormbreaker has E ED.
Stormbreaker.
I was gonna say
Yep.
porn star dick
Yeah,
Yeah.
syndrome.
exactly.
You hate to see
So
it.
Don't
I hate
inspire
that
her.
they're still using this kind of stuff for something like this. I mean, you could have put a little bit
Don't
more
worry.
work into that.
I'm sure when Thor sees Star-Lord, the Stormbreaker erect.
Have you tried warming it up, Sean?
No. All I've done is like rotate it. I think Stormbreaker was kind of like behind him a little bit and it was facing the other way, so I just turned it around and now we're doing that thing.
Okay.
The next thing I got was a Piranha's head from the Lightning Collection from Mighty Morphin, their monster line. This is really cool. I really, really like this figure. A lot of fun. I took a lot of fun pictures with it. And it's actually kind of cool. It has this articulated jaw, but it just kind of sits on his head.
That's
right
for you,
here.
Dylan.
So, yep. So you can.
Hell yes.
So that's one piece like that, and
Oh
it
my
has
gosh.
Show me
little-
that.
the little peg hole right there for Dylan.
But what those teeth do.
And then they do nothing, and then it just kind of sits on the top right there. So it's really cool though. It's a fun figure. The colors are a lot of fun too, and I think he is so far my favorite monster that they've come out with. All in all, like all things considered, with it, he's definitely my favorite monster that they've released this far. My next figure was one I've been really waiting for because I missed out on.
Speaking of which, I gotta say what I said about that piranha head. That's his name.
Piranha's head.
Piranha's head. I said in the chat when you were showing pictures of him, so cool looking figure. Like that looks like a fun as hell figure. But God, there's something with Power Ranger villains that just makes me think of a fever dream. And Jesus Christ, was that just a kid screaming?
It's my son right now. I don't know if he's feeling better or if he's
Jesus.
screaming. He literally, like, I was going to go check on the baby with Christina because he was getting changed. And here comes my son running around the corner, takes the corner, slams his ass on the floor. And he has this thing where he has like this long pause as he inhales to scream bloody murder. And it was not a good 20 minutes. So I hope it's him sounding like he feels better. Otherwise, my wife is probably down there dying. So,
well, if you have to leave, that's totally fine, Sean. Obviously, make sure your kids are okay. That scared the shit out of me. But yeah, those things are just like all the villains from Power Rangers. Just are a fucking trip, man. They're weird, crazy looking things. But sorry, what do you got up next?
The other thing I found this week was the White Ninja Ranger from Mighty Morphin. And I've been waiting for him for a long time. I missed out on the Target pre-orders and the Pulse pre-orders. And he is a lot of fun. I actually have had him posed in this position like this for 3 days now. And
Will he stand like that?
He is stand all 3 days.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good pose.
And I was kind of thinking about it because I have this idea for the summer while I'm on summer break from
Look
the
at
school
Eddie's
and stuff.
comment.
I was gonna say that right now because he paused.
What?
That I wonder if that Eddie, is that why you said it? Because he paused when Dylan asked him, "What did you get next?" And Sean just sat there.
God damn! You know what? Bye.
Okay, so I had someone.
Wow.
I didn't think he'd actually leave. Big Blue. So glad you asked. So the first beer.
Wow.
I'm kind of embarrassed to admit, but that was Busch Light, and that was gone 10 minutes into the show. That's
It
like
took
pretty
you
much
10
what I
minutes?
grew up on. So yeah, that's usually it's gone by then. But that's like water to me. That's like what I grew up on pretty much. So then from there, I changed to just whatever we had left in the fridge. And I really wasn't ready for it. I don't know if you noticed the face I made when I had it. It's from our local brewery, Drecker, here in town. And the beer is called Techno Viking. It's a Berliner Weiss Sour. I was not ready for the sour.
I enjoy.
Not a huge sour guy, but I'll drink what I got in the fridge. So that's what I grabbed. So that's what we got going on.
You're
I saw
incredibly
this
sour.
short
They kind of got
video.
cool art on their cans.
The short video made this guy. He made an acronym out of Bush. What that actually stands for.
Oh God. Bush it's weird because I never heard, like, whenever I would go to like parties like growing up and stuff, no one ever had Bush. No one drank Bush. And then like within the last like 5-6 years, it's like blown up. Grow up, Eddie. You obviously haven't.
He said, Bush is weird. And then he's like, no one, growing up, nobody ever really had Bush. Well, Dylan, let me tell you, son. At a certain age, you go through.
Grow up, you son of a.
No, but it was hilarious. This old guy, he said the acronym was "Bitch, you should have came home," is what Bush stands for.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Well, that makes actually a lot of sense.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's what I got going on. So we got Jesus Christ. There's the jokes pouring in the chat here. Nothing worse than a local beer. Jeez, I don't mind local beer. I just don't like sours that much. But
Especially
anyways, that's
sour
what
Busch.
I got going on.
Wow.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna end the joke. I'm gonna be the mature one. Eddie, Sean, was that all you got? You're on mute though. You're still.
Orale.
Well, I'm trying to make sure y'all can't hear my son now. Sorry. But I try to make sure that he can stand in some kind of ninja pose, and it worked out pretty well. So I'm really happy with it. I'm excited to see the next figures that are coming out, which should be the Pink Ranger, I think. So hopefully the rest of the figures are as good as this one.
Yeah, that looks like a good one. That's like one of those ones that I like, where you can use it with other things, not just Power Rangers, right? So I like those kind of universal or dynamic figures in that sense. Eddie, did you get anything new?
Yeah, I actually did. I got the
Oh, shit.
Wild Force Lunar Wolf Ranger.
Oh, yeah, you were excited about
Yeah.
that thing. Are you going to take it out?
No, I don't think I am. I think I'd rather have it in the box. But yeah, this is from Power Rangers Wild Force. I feel like not a lot of people knew or watched this version of Power Rangers, but it was one of my favorites. It's the version like with all the different Zords. They had like all kinds of different animals. They had obviously the wolf had a wolf Zord, and then the Red Ranger was a lion. There was a bunch of different ones. I can remember the Red and the Wolf Ranger because those were my two favorites. But they had like all kinds of different Zords, and they would they would use like these little orbs that would like call their Zorb or whatever, or Zord. It was badass to me. I don't remember like every episode like some people can do. I don't know how people do that, but this is definitely my favorite, so I had to get this one. And I hope they're gonna do the rest of the line. They haven't even like shown another one, so I'm a little worried that this is the only guy I'm gonna get, and then that's it. Because I hope they do the whole team, but we'll see. They haven't even announced one, and this guy's been on PO for like 2 years, I think. So, or like at least a year, whatever. But it's been a long time. But yeah, I got that, and I think I got Bronx too since the last episode. I don't remember if I talked about that 2 episodes ago, but I got Bronx.
Hell yes. Thank you, Lane. He said, so were you your Kimberly or Cat Pink Rangers guy?
Kimberly, 100%.
What about you,
Kimberly,
Sean?
for sure. Kimberly.
Okay. I have no opinion. Brenton, were you Power Rangers guy or no?
I'll just go with Kimberly because that's the only one I remember. I have no idea who Cat was.
It was replaced later on.
Yeah.
I think I was aged out by then.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
I think that's it for me, though, Dylan. I can think while you go or whatever, or Brenton goes, but I'm pretty sure that's all that I got.
It was cool to see, you get that, because I know you guys were really excited about that.
Yeah.
But let me catch up in the chat. Or were you showing stuff, Sean? I don't want to double up here. But let's see. I'm old. Oh, Eddie, keep still going on. I'm old school. I love La Bush.
Yeah.
That's what she said. So easy for Hasbro, and the guys and girls are all the same body. I stopped as soon as Zeo ended. Watched a little Space and RPM.
Let me look up when Wild Force came out, because I might even have been a little too old to be watching it, but I still watched it.
So Mark Pearson said, Lane, growing up, I was totally Kimberly, but I've learned to love Cat. I'd eat either but Kim. Oh, gee, Jesus Christ.
Wow. Which one has a bigger bush?
Yeah. Oh, my God. Okay.
This is a kid-friendly show. Okay,
Brenton.
2002 for Wild Force, so I was 10. So
That's
not aged out.
No.
I think I was
Brenton,
17.
you get
I
it?
can't be watching that.
Jesus.
Did you get anything new, Brenton?
Actually, just the Strange behind me. That was the only thing that I've gotten new recently.
Nice.
So-
You're on a strange kick, huh?
Yeah, you could say it's strange.
Wow. Yeah, I know. Double entendres.
I know,
Is that
right?
Wong?
Okay. So I didn't get any figures besides. Did I show off the Murder Hornet last time, or say that I got that in? Because that was one thing I
don't
got.
remember.
I got a Murder Hornet in, and what I actually did since the last show, I'm not going to show it off, but I got an extra white and an extra red, and then the 2-pack I got in So that now I have 2 whites, 2 reds, and then I have 2 murder hornets. So I got a little bit of an army there. Everyone's selling them fairly cheap, so that's kind of why I hopped on it there.
Well, I should say, Sean, we were at Target today. If you're looking for a Defender Strange for that portal, they had them on clearance already.
Yeah.
Damn,
It
already.
I've
was like
seen that too.
$15.
15, man. I have not seen a Defender Strange yet in San Antonio. I know several people who have found him,
Oh,
but
spoilers.
yeah.
I was gonna say something
I've
about Defender Strange, but I was like, oh, never
They're-
mind, I can't.
So I was gonna tell you this, Sean. They are usually in weird spots, like weird end cap by like kids' toys. I've seen them, like little like toddler toys.
Really,
Yeah, that's
so
where
like
the
you have
clearance
to
rack is.
you have
You
to
know,
explore sometimes.
there are 3 or 4 Targets here in San Antonio who've created that like that Disney section. It's like a small mini Disney store there where they got like their Frozen and then there's Black Series and Legends and like all the Disney stuff. Mine hasn't done that yet. The one that's right by my house, they're all on the other side of town.
Are they moving? Are they moving where Marvel Legends are in Targets?
They did
'Cause-
actually, because it threw me off.
Yeah, I don't know
Not
where
all
they
of
are
mine
anymore.
have had 2 locations now. The one or the those 4 places that I was talking about. They have their regular aisle that they're normally on,
Yeah.
but then they have that Disney aisle where they have some more Black Series, some Marvel Legends, but it also has like the Amazing Spider-Man Friends or whatever it's called from like Disney Junior and stuff.
Yeah.
See, that's
So-
that's all in the same place for me for the most part, but you'll see them on like end caps displays sometimes. And then, like I said, that one random one where you'll see some extra Marvel Legends, and that's the one that I was kind of letting you know about to
At
watch
mine,
out for.
at mine, they have moved like the Eternal stuff because they ordered way too many. Over to where like the NECA was as like a back order shelf, I guess. I don't know, but they're all still the same price, nothing discounted.
Gotcha. So Lane said I got my DX19 Batman from Hot Toys in on Tuesday. Very nice. That's pretty
You know
cool.
what I saw in Target that I was like really trying hard not to buy, but
What?
I might end up buying it eventually. The Disney, their Disney figures, they're like $20. I don't know exactly like what line it is, but it was so they had I forget the turtle's name from Finding Nemo. Crush. They had Crush and they had his son, and he's
Squirt?
huge, dude. Yeah, the
Really?
figure is like Crush is like
I love those guys.
the size of my head almost, and it comes with his son. And then they had this is the first wave. They had him.
Is that one?
and then they had-
scale or
No, they were 112. And then they had
never mind.
well, I guess 1/6. It might be 1/6. I don't know how big fucking sea turtles are. But they had in the wave they had him and they had Mike Wazowski and his wife, the snake chick. I forget her name.
I saw
Schmoopsy
that
Poo.
one.
I don't know
Yeah,
if he ever
I saw
says
that
her
one,
name, but
actually.
yeah, that one. And then they had fucking Bugs Life, dude. They had Dot and
Oh, I've seen that. The Bugs
Yeah,
Life one's the
I-
one I've seen.
I
they
haven't
look
seen that
good,
one.
man. They like
Yeah.
I would really like to get them and put them with my Super 7 stuff. They were so cool, but I didn't pick them up. But they're fairly cheap and they look fairly decently articulated. So maybe I'll pick them up by next show, so that way we could just, kind of go over them, see what they're like. But they were so sick.
I've been thinking about picking up more like off Marvel stuff, like that Disney stuff, and just kind of fudging them into the collection somehow.
It's the Pixar stuff, not the Mirrorverse. The Mirrorverse
Yeah.
is
Right.
like they're
Yeah, I know
more
the
like
Mirrorverse.
stylized with armor and stuff. This
Yeah,
one was
there-
like
There's the
legit.
Buzz and like the
Yep.
what is it, the Sully and
Yeah,
Jack Sparrow
Yeah,
guy.
Eddie confirmed that here too.
yeah.
But hey, Pudgy. So, what I got new real quick. So yeah, it figure related was pretty short. I did get the first Moon Knight white or black, white, and blood, which I think it's one of 3. I think 3 or 4 coming. So I got the first one of that, and then for Free Comic Book Day, my comic book store had 20% off. So I got this Joker book. I've been
is that the
wanting
Brian Azzarello one?
Correct. So it has kind of ties in apparently at the end to Damned, which I also got. I got a hardcover version of Batman Damned.
Oh, good. You missed the Batawang.
And then yeah. And then so this one was one of my favorite kind of, I wouldn't call them third party technically, but smaller company, TKO
I've heard
Studios.
Sara is very good.
It is really good. I have like the signed collector edition, and then I also got this from them as well. Lonesome Days, Savage Nights. It's like a werewolf one. And then this one I was actually pretty jacked for, because I can never find number 1, but Punisher Max.
Oh,
The
Garth
Punisher
Ennis.
Max.
Yep,
Love that.
Garth
Yeah.
Ennis.
I can never find volume 1, and I found that one. So
Does that one have like Kitchen Irish? Is that part of the stories in that?
I haven't read it yet. I just got it
okay.
like not even a week ago. So
Have
I
I,
gotta
ever told
catch
you
up.
all I get to have beers with him?
yes, like 3
okay,
times.
good.
You son of a.
Shut the fuck
I'm just kidding. No, that is cool that you got to meet him. That would have been awesome. I would have, knowing me, I would have just been, of course, being a dork and having him sign everything. So one other thing too that I wanted to, I showed off like the red one, which was like a lightsaber. I also got a second Star Wars themed OTF, which stands for Out the Front Knife by Microtech. Microtech is a U.S. branded knife company. They're made in the U.S. So this is what it looks like. Okay. Got the glass breaker there.
Stiffer
and
than
then-
Stormbreaker.
Wow.
And then you got the...
Oh, the Mando,
what's the...
or the Mythosaur skull.
Yes, Mythosaur on the handle there. And
Whoa, dude.
it's got the serrated and
that
everything.
shit's illegal. You can't show that on
So
YouTube.
not here. So, anyways, maybe in your... I won't know.
Wow.
I was gonna start trolling you about Callie, but I won't. But yeah, so that's a really cool one. That's my second Star Wars themed knife that I got. The other one is like the Sith one, where it's like the red blade or whatever. And then I actually got another knife. It's just the Benchmade Bug Out.
Oh shit.
I got this
have
one
that
for like
exact
camp.
Same knife, I think.
For camping. You do?
It looks a lot. Well, no, never mind. It's a little different. It looks similar though.
But
My brother
yeah,
is a big pocket knife guy. He buys all kinds, and then my uncle was too, and they
Oh.
buy swords and knives and all kinds of different shit, man.
Yeah, so I just wanted something lightweight for like camping, backpacking, like hiking, just useful stuff. So that's what I got this one for. It's really light, and then it has the M390 steel for a blade, which is like a really good, it's like a hard and really good type of steel that's not really corrosive.
Does Amanda go camping with you?
Yeah.
Wow. Lucky.
We had a
How did you
backpacking
talk her
trip
into that?
planned this weekend, but it got canceled because we were going with her brother-in-law, and they're gonna actually have their it looks like they're due, I think, for their second child this week, so that's not happening. Ekwan said, "Can you do video demonstration on your window, Dylan?" What does that mean?
With the breaker, the
Oh no,
the shatter.
no! I actually do want to use it though. I want I want to see like how well it works. Caffeinated said, "I love Spyderco knives. Great knives, also U.S. and their headquarters in Golden, Colorado. I actually visited for Spyderco knives. Really cool. I don't have one yet, but I've got 3 on my radar, so I know I do need / want one. So pretty excited. But yeah, that's all I got. Let's get into kind of our smaller talk subject. It's kind of heavy, guys, but I think it's
Yes.
really good topic to talk about. And so what it is the pros and cons of social media in collecting. Now I know it doesn't sound that heavy, but when you think about it, it kind of is taboo, right? Because we obviously wouldn't be here if it wasn't for it. People, I feel like, who have shows don't talk a lot about the negative side of social media in collecting, for the most part. But Mark said I backpacked, camped one time with Katrina. Now it's cabin or divorce. That's
Yeah,
funny.
I
But
think Adriana's the same way.
so we want to. This was Eddie's idea, where we just kind of were gonna go through what our thoughts were, like the good and the bad, of social media with collecting in the community. In I guess the community, this exact hobby. But I was just gonna tell Sean to go ahead, and I think he left camera. So, Sean, you there?
I am there.
Okay. What do you think, Sean, overall? Like, just kind of high level, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I think it's a necessary evil now. Being able to see things that are coming out, kind of plan your collecting, but at the same time, I think similar to like what you and Eddie talk about with like spoilers and stuff, it sucks, but I like it when it comes from the like the actual company, as opposed to just like a group, like we all have our groups that we follow in our local areas. I think those groups, depending on where you are, how they're admitted, they can get a little bit toxic or volatile, where they're like, I found this and I'm not going to tell you where the other ones are. I've seen where it posts where they're like, I've hid it somewhere in this Target, go find them.
Jesus, I've never seen that.
I have seen it a few times. So I like it because I think you have a chance to kind of plan out your collection, but at the same time, when they drop, like, for example, 2023 release dates and stuff like that, I'm like, well, I mean, it's not even my radar, I mean, I could find something here in a month or two and not even worry about it anymore. But generally, I like it.
Do you think it ever influences you, like you're influenced by social media, like makes you want things or maybe shown things that you normally wouldn't have been?
I think since I have been exposed to this show and I've learned the other companies, working at a comic book store, that sells figures and anything that's connected to comics and gaming and things like that, it's definitely moved me in different directions than I would have thought I was going to go. Because originally I got in not wanting to get any figures. I just wanted to get comics. And then I was like, well, you know what? It'd be cool to have an Iron Man figure. It'd be cool to have a Cap figure, things like that. Avengers and all the MCU stuff was coming out. And it kind of spirals from there,
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I would agree. Eddie, what are your thoughts? I feel like you're kind of thinking long and hard.
Wow. Even though this was my topic, I forgot about it. So this is kind of like off the cuff. I feel like this is one where you need to sit down longer and kind of get your thoughts together about it. But because lately I've had a lot to think about with this, and I don't know if it's good or bad, but social media and collecting, I don't think Sean meant to come up with such a great point, but he's right. Like, it's a necessary evil. Because I don't think you. I think he forgot the assignment, but it's okay. It's very good and very bad at the same time. It's very good as a viewer, like you said, to get if you're watching YouTube or you follow people on Instagram or you're in Facebook groups, you learn what's coming out. You learn when it's coming out. You learn where to find it. You can learn when things are hitting stores, when pre-orders are going up. That's all awesome. And that's all a huge help, and it's great for that reason. It's also great for the reason that in social media, you find a group of people and a community that likes what you like. So that's another thing that social media like is a bonus for. Like, we can start sharing our hobby with others, and that's awesome. And also, when it comes to like YouTube and Instagram maybe, or people with big followings, you can start to affect some of the things that's happening in these companies that make the things that we like statues or small scale 112 stuff, 1/6 stuff. You can affect it to a certain degree with social media, which is good. Like, you get feedback from those companies. They hear your feedback. So things end up improving, things like that. And then there's also a very negative part of it that is very toxic. And it has a very like fine line between being very good and being very toxic. And sometimes I think that those lines can get misconstrued, and sometimes in social media people think that they're doing a great service when really it's just a disservice. But yeah,
elaborate on that. What do you mean?
Sometimes I don't. It's more of like on the feedback thing or the opinions of social media influencers or like anybody on social media. I don't always feel they're constructive, and even when they're trying to be, I don't always feel that everything needs to be heard. And I feel like we have a lot of opinions without knowing what's going on in the background. So it ends up just becoming more toxic than it is helping anything. And then people get, because YouTubers or YouTubers, Instagram, whatever, Facebook people have such a big sway over the people that watch their shows, those people start to be like, yeah, you know what, you're right. And like, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Opinions.
Yeah, and it's not always the right opinion, or it's not always like the most thought out opinion, or it has great intentions, just delivered the wrong way.
Well, how many times have some of these influencers said, like, this is my gripe with it. It's a total nitpick, but
yeah,
and then everybody's like, you know what? Yeah, they're right. This person said this, and this person said that, and then what? This figure just sucks.
Yeah.
But if they don't say anything, then they get called fanboys or something too.
Yeah, that's true. So there's always a fine line. Yeah, there's always a fine line, and it's hard to determine what is just a preference and what is actual like criticism. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference between saying this is what I wanted versus this is what we should have got, I guess. Or you get what I'm trying to say? Like, sometimes there's backlash on something when it's just because it's not necessarily what you wanted or what a large group wanted. Or, you know what I mean? Like, so there's all kinds of different. And then also in the communities, I feel like because there's so many different opinions, lines start to get drawn between the communities, and like all of a sudden you become part of the group that is for the negative criticism, and then you become part of the group that's for this. Yeah, it gets very clicky. Yeah, no kidding,
yeah,
right,
and
Dean?
kind of what you're saying is, that was one thing I was going to say. And real quick, first, I guess I'll go through some of the chats here. So incrementalism is what Arc Trooper said. That's true. It's kind of been a gradual, I guess, changing aspect. Like I think I was talking with John on the main show one time about like Sideshow Freaks, how that was like the social media place to go for Hot Toys for the longest time. Mark says it's weird when you get computer rendered pre-orders. I don't let figure spoilers bother me. I know what the movie's about. Caffeinated says it makes me spend more money on impulse purchases, but it means I don't miss out on things I really want. Dark Spartan said, social media is a great source for getting info on things you like. The main negative is you can get sucked into FOMO. That's why I don't follow channels that push overpriced early batch sites. Agreed. Mark Pearson said social media collecting like Tinder, you might meet the one for you, but you also might need to make an appointment to get it put on an
Wow.
antibiotic. That's
Jeez, severely
You're stretching there.
specific.
But yeah, narratives are a big thing. Like our trooper said, that's something you want to be careful with. There will and can be agendas forever. And one of the things that I was saying with influencers is overall, yes, we're probably, whether we're good or bad for the community, for the most part, most of us are good, right? That's why people tune in for the most part. From my end of things, I tune into a lot of social media if I want to know more about something, if I want to watch reviews, figure reviews, anything like that, right? But like you said, Eddie, I think sometimes it gets misconstrued to where talking as an influencer, our points of views are seen as truth to ourselves more than it is to the people listening, maybe, to where, because I think this, so that is right type thinking. And it's like you said, it's maybe for the minority or maybe only for you, but I think there definitely needs to be a lot more of thought and what do I want to call it? Just like more ideas and things being welcomed with open arms with things, because it's such a niche community overall. All in all, when you zoom out from it, we're a very, very small community compared to like even sound system people, camera people, shoe people, everything like that. Those all have much, much higher draws to them than figure collecting does for the most part. And
even those
what?
forms of media or products have their own like social medias and things like that where they have the same communities,
Absolutely. I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying that we have to we gotta stick together and not make it such a volatile area for collectors to be because of how small we are in a sense.
Instead of separating everything, we should be more open to each other and not always drawing lines, since we're already a small group.
Yeah. And that's what I've always said, like with small, like why I love covering small figures is the inclusion. I hope it's like kind of showcased itself, or I guess like shown itself with the show that we produce as well. But I like to kind of give that type of diversity to everyone's wants, likes, needs, because for the most part with small figure collecting, a lot of people have at least one or two or maybe more small things that they collect or they own, right? Like whether it's Legos, I know we don't cover it probably like we should here, but we just aren't into it, and it's a scary thing. But anyways, yeah, I think that it's definitely an issue. I think ever since even I joined, probably 2016, 2017-ish is when I found social media outside of just like Sideshow Freaks. And it's been like a slow burn, like kind of what was it Arc Trooper in the chat was saying, to where things have slowly, just like mirrored society, to where everything has gotten so much more you're against me or you're with me type thing. It's so volatile. Like, I hate it, I love it. There's no like, yeah, there's this and this. I like this. This isn't, Robo is one of the few voices that I feel like is good for the community for the most part. Like, he is very honest with himself and honest with his opinions and things. But Brenton, you've been pretty quiet here, and I kind of went in front of you here. But what are some of your thoughts on this?
No, I think you guys covered a lot. I think, as John would say, you didn't leave a lot of meat on the bone here. But one thing I think YouTube influencers can do is maybe they influence the secondary market, because when they really talk up a figure and then maybe that gets word out that this is a great figure, everybody needs to go get it, and then you can't find it anywhere. How many people are influenced by that? Be like, oh yeah, I watched this review, this is great, and then the secondary price just jumps. Like, I just think a lot of Marvel Legends Spider-Man figures, like those figures, if you do not get them near release, you're paying tons of money for those if you want a Spider-Man. So I think that's part of YouTube influencers. And then, like you guys said with the negative aspects, a lot of groups are just not healthy environments for collecting for whatever reason. There's a lot of complaints, and I think a huge thing in at least 1/12 collecting is the scalper, flipper. Like, those are like the true enemies of this collecting.
So I didn't even get into that. I'm glad you brought that up, but keep going, Brenton. That's definitely like a whole nother segment to it, for sure.
Yeah, because I've seen so many people attacked in groups where they're like, if they post more than one figure that's kind of hard to get, people are just hammering them, coming right after them, and you have no idea why they even got, maybe they found 3 and they got them for their friends, and they're just like, hey, this is what I found here, and those people get hammered so bad.
What I find annoying sometimes is that, like, you'll get the guy who goes and maybe clears out that peg, right, of that figure, and they're like, hey guys, I have it here for you, who wants it? And I'm like, well, what if I wanted to get it at the store? And I'm like, what, you're selling it for retail for the community, but part of the fun, for me at least, is going out and looking for it and finding it.
Yeah, the ARC Trooper is kind of my point. It's getting too deep into it, but it's for sure a reflective of society, like what I was saying. He said black and white thinking. I think it's everywhere now. Politics, religion, social media, true tribalism. It's for sure. A lot of that is. We got TK. Hey, TK, thanks for tuning in. He said, clearing out the pegs for my friends and cousin across the country. That's what I've seen people say. yeah, the people that are interested, right? That's the cousins there. If you take like 2, I get it, but to take the whole thing, damn. Yeah, and to just kind of zoom out from that issue in itself of just like taking, the whole thing on the peg, just like people said that at the beginning too. I think you guys touched on this, just scalpers in general, and just hype on it, right? Like, all of that starts from the hype. Scalpers didn't happen overnight. They happened because of kind of I've heard this before, that millennials get a lot of flack for being considered the hype generation, to where we hop on board of whatever's big right now. We just join in on the crowd on whatever's big right now. And that getting caffeinated. Caffeinated. Dean mentioned in the chat he accidentally muted you. Sorry, he didn't mean to. But glad you're back. But yeah, it's
caffeinated. Say the word and we'll mute him for a while. Just let us know.
I don't even know if he can, because he's a.
Oh, I can't anymore. Never mind.
But, anyways, yeah, like, with that hype mentality, that comes that whole thought of what someone was saying earlier in the chat, to where you have that FOMO feeling where when something gets posted, that can sell out like that, so you got to get it now, or the minute release you're there for. And in a certain sense, it's been a blessing, when I first started collecting Mezco, I was not in any communities. I didn't know what I was doing. I missed out on the first 2 or 3 MDX releases that I really wanted, by the way. One was the Onyx Batman, which isn't that expensive to get nowadays. It's like $160, and I think it retailed for 85 or 90. But again, like at the same time, that is also a big reason why those scalpers have figured out that that's an opportunity as well, right? So yeah, it all just constantly feeds off each other, and it's been a slow moving wheel, it feels like, with it, where it was like someone let a wheel down a gradual hill, and it just started rolling and rolling, and as it got closer to the bottom, it starts speeding up. And Dean said that account doesn't have a wrench, so he's screwed. But yeah, overall, it's interesting. It, like you guys said, I love social media for you guys, for the community. Just even the chat here. You guys are a blast. I love it all. But and yeah, you guys are my only collecting friends. I have no one near me within hundreds and hundreds of miles, thousands of miles, maybe even, that I know that collects. I think we have one listener out in northern Minnesota, which is like a 4.5 hour drive. But other than that, I don't know anyone else around me who collects. And so I love it for that. I appreciate it for that. That's how I'm even here right now, obviously. But at the same time, I know for a fact I have fallen into the hype train and maybe bought things that I didn't necessarily want or need. And I know for a fact I've been shown things that I otherwise would not have found by myself. But at the same time, like, even with all those good things, it's just something that cannibalizes itself and can really turn sour fast and flip things upside down. You've seen like friendships get lost because of figures, which is comical in a sense to me, but it's happened. And yeah, like I said, it's a volatile issue. It's weird overall. Were you gonna say something, Eddie?
So since we're talking about it, I'll say something that I think we could do to make it better. And I'm not saying like we as in the chat, I'm saying like us as panel members. That I'm trying to do to make it better, because I can affect that because I'm on YouTube or whatever. So I'm trying to be more open-minded. I'm trying to be less emotional when talking about things, like more logical and less emotional, and trying to remember that people don't always think like me, and that it's part of the open-minded thing, really, and to let things go. I think we really need to just let things go as people on YouTube or people in the community in general. We need to learn to just, like, it's not that big a deal. It's a hobby at the end of the day. Just let it go. Like, no matter what it is, no matter how strongly we feel about it, at the end of the day, it's a toy, it's a statue, it's a figure. It doesn't, like, it doesn't, like, me and John argue a lot, and me and John like each other a lot. Like, at the end of the day, whatever it is we're arguing about, like reissues or whatever, doesn't mean that John isn't a fucking fantastic person and like a great family dude, and like it's not worth the relationship between me and him to give a shit about this certain thing we're arguing over, or Brenton or Sean or whoever. So I think just at the end of the day, try to be more open-minded, try to let it go, and try to remember that we're all friends in a hobby together, and then we're disagreeing about other stuff,
Disagreeing about things, obviously, it's a privilege to disagree about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, like overall in life, that's kind of what I've done with collecting in general, is just embrace what everyone likes. If they like it, like Dean, he has a lot of small figure likes with like his Figma stuff, Final Fantasy stuff that I have zero interest in, but I absolutely love hearing about it. I know nothing about it. I have zero interest in it, but I love when he talks about it because he is passionate about it. He loves it. And this goes outside of even collecting. When anyone like gets excited about things, I love sitting there and listening to that. That's how I've always been. When Sean gets going on comics, it might sometimes get off topic, like me with sports earlier too. But at the same time, like, I just love listening to just people talk about things they're passionate about or they really enjoy and like. I think overall that's what we're here for, like you said, Eddie, and you wanna try and enjoy the ride rather than depend on your happiness with it. I know we've kind of talked about that before. Like, if we've, I'll, as soon as I start kind of overstepping and trying to make this my happiness around the hobby rather than the hobby around this is my happiness, if that makes any sense, like the show and stuff. Yep. Then I start to like notice a noticeable difference in what I care about or should be caring about. But yeah,
I've always found it funny how other collectors will critique other collectors' collections and be like, why do you have that figure? It sucks. Or why don't you have this in your collection? It's a staple. You have to have this. When it's like, it's an art, this is like an art. It's an expression of the things that you like. It doesn't have to be like you have to have this one thing to make it a collection.
Well, I agree, Sean, with that, because it's like, I guess one thing we can do better as a community is it's kind of defeating to get something and then be like proud of it and show it. And then people are just like, oh, that sucks. Like, you're like, man, I just bought this. And I was trying to show it to, what people that you consider your friends. Because, like Dylan, you don't really have too many people really close to you that collect. And everybody just kind of shits on it. And you're just like, well, damn. Guess I shouldn't have did that.
I'm too self-conscious for that reason of posting, like, my collection and things I like. Like, I know in, like, Collecting Weekly Auxiliary, by the way, I'll post a link here in the chat if you guys aren't in it, join that. That group is very good. But, like, in a lot of those groups, like you said, yeah, Brenton, you'll post something and just get absolutely shit on for liking something. How, stupid is that? That it's like walking into a shoe store with a friend and saying, "Oh, I like those shoes," and your friend is like, "Oh, I hate it. Look at the glue there. You're an idiot, you fucking dumbass. Why would you ever like that stupid shoe?" You're like, "Well, shit, I like that shoe. Now I'm not gonna buy that shoe." Like, it's just a bummer, and that's like what a lot of those groups are like on social media. It's weird overall. It's interesting, but
like the other side of that is maybe you get pressured into buying stuff that you don't really like because the community says this is the best. Like, you have to have this. If you're a fan of whatever, like, you need these things to like continue to be that top fan or whatever. Like, sometimes you kind of get coerced.
Asmus is excluded from this conversation.
You can like, so let's see. Single songwriter said, "I enjoy seeing everyone's different tastes in collecting and their insights and knowledge of those things they collect." Yeah, so that's what I really like about it, and that's why I like small figure collecting. It's the most diverse out of all, like, statues, like 6-scale figures. Small figure collecting covers so much in, like, the IPs, the licenses, everything. And that's one of the reasons I like it. Because I think, Eddie, you asked me that one time. You're like, you collect mostly 6-scale stuff. Why do you like covering small-scale stuff? And that's the biggest reason. Half of, like, 3/4 of what we cover tonight, maybe even more than that, like 7/8 of it, I probably will never even get or own or anything. But I love knowing it's there. I love, like, the knowledge of it, being exposed to it, all of that. and I have a lot of fun with that. And the people that do have it, listening to them talk about, like, I loved when, I think it was Lane 2 shows ago in our chat, posted something about, hey guys, I'm thinking about Super 7. Do you guys know anything about it? And the chat gave their thoughts. We gave our thoughts. He had all thoughts that he could have asked for right then and there. And I feel like they were honest thoughts, right? It wasn't just like, oh, Lane, you're an idiot for thinking of Super 7. We gave like thoughts of what we've heard, like what things we've seen, things like that. And yeah, that's the positive of social media for sure there. I would have never picked up, for instance, to your point, Brenton, Hush Superman without seeing reviews of it and figuring out how good of a figment, I was going to say, how good of a figure that is. I looked at Ekwan's comment where he said the Mezco segment should be renamed Stuff Dylan is Getting. That's true. That's like the one thing that I'm always getting on the show. Fat Thai Kid Inside says, I think those people who shit on what you like, their wives, GS probably beat them.
Bunch of Amber Heards, huh?
Jesus. Lane said, don't listen to people, get what you want to get, but it never hurts to ask people if they own the figure you're looking. Any issues with, groups can give feedback to. So one of the biggest things examples of that I remember is when I was on Sideshow Freaks, 5-6 years ago, however long ago that was, I was looking at Emperor Palpatine. When it got released, Hot Toys Emperor Palpatine, loved it. This was the figure I had waited forever for. I never thought I would have a high-end figure of this. I don't know why. Well, at that time, Hot Toys wasn't really super expansive on their Star Wars stuff. They'd really only done like a few figures and a lot of it was revolved around Vader's. So I wasn't expecting it. I was super excited by it. And I went into Sideshow Freaks in the forum to see what people had said about it, and people just ripped it to shreds. And I'm not going to lie, it took away fun of it from me. I still love the figure. I really like it. It's one of my favorites. But like it was almost like, God, I would have never noticed this about it. I would have never noticed this about it. Like, if I wouldn't have even entered the chat there, I knew it was already released, even without social media or the forum there. But they pointed out so many things I never would have thought about and almost kind of ruined it. Doc says, Sideshow Freaks dissuaded me from so many figures that I would have been happy to have in my collection. Yeah, and that can be a good or bad thing, right? It can kill excitement about something that you'd truly be happy with regardless, or it can save you money for something that you probably would have regretted, right? And over the years, that's one thing I've really learned, is to take everyone's opinion with a grain of salt. And it sounds stupid, but I wouldn't listen to one social media or one I don't know. I guess we are influencers. Don't listen to just me on my opinions on a figure. Don't listen to just Eddie. Don't listen to, even if all four of us say a figure is shitty, don't listen to all four of us even with that, because that doesn't necessarily mean anything. And because you could still like it, and you gotta like figure out the facts behind it on what you like and don't like with the figure beforehand. And some things you can just like, you can only make a decision until you have it in hand as well. But overall, like, I think we're here for you guys, obviously, but at the same time, I want to make sure that when I will say, I'll like post, a lot of times you'll hear me on this show, I will say something like, yeah, this isn't for me, but I've heard a lot of people liking it for this and this reason. And that is the most important comment of what I will be saying. Not like what the fact of that I say I don't like that, but like if there's a group of someone who really likes this, let's just say Power Rangers figure, there's a bunch of people who are really big fan of this Power Rangers figure. This Piranhas, right, Sean?
Piranha's head?
Piranha's head. There's a ton of people who are saying this is like the perfect Piranha's head. And even though, like, I would say, oh, mine, like, I think it's a shitty figure, but like the whole community as a whole likes it. That's obviously what you got to listen to. So,
Well, if you don't like it, don't buy it, but also like don't overly comment on why you hate it.
yeah, right.
Well, I think
So-
we all have biases, right? You know,
Yeah,
if,
exactly.
It's hard to like something that maybe you just don't care about. Like if there's a property where you just have zero interest, it's hard to be like, oh yeah, this is awesome. So,
Well,
you know, that kind of plays into things a little bit too. And it's not even something you think about you're doing. It just kind of happens. Like you don't do it intentionally.
Well, and
Yeah.
like I was always told, like when I first started getting into figures and even working at the comic store, getting more into the figures and stuff, that like NECA, like they're like really bad, you know, like they break, they do this, they do that, and they have had some really cool stuff up to that point, right? And I'm like, well, I'll never buy this because everybody's telling me how bad it is. And then, you know, you get a line like the Universal Monsters, and then you get the line like the Gargoyles and stuff like that, where it's like, damn, I just relate so much to the Gargoyles that I have to get it. It's Goliath, you know, and you just kind of have to learn
And
how
they're-
to manipulate the figure in a way where, you know, you're going to get something good out of it.
And those are good figures overall. Like I've always said that NECA got a bad rap, and I never noticed it because I've been collecting NECA since its very, very, very early days, like 2007, 2008 years. And yeah, some of those figures aren't the best now, but at the time they were great. There was way more than what we were getting articulation wise in McFarlane, but now it's considered shitty. Single Songwriter says, I collect mostly 1/6 scale stuff, but I'm eyeballing Eddie's VW camper van on the shelf behind it because I had a VW van when I was 19. It was a cool ride in those days. It still is. Those things are like coming back with a lot of like, a lot of campers. A lot of people are like kind of turning them into mini camper, glampers, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, and Punisher XS says everybody views art in different ways. There you go, Eddie. Nice. Oh, sorry, Sean. Let's see here. I'm kind of going back. Arc Trooper said, I like listening to strong viewpoints and negative reviews as well as positive reviews. Yeah, then that's like anything when, you know, before I want to buy it. I have collected all sorts of stuff over the years, but right now it's Star Wars Hot Toys. But I enjoy watching all sorts of collector streams. I like staying in the loop. Yeah, and I think that does nothing but help your own self in understanding what you want and what you want to collect. And ultimately, more exposure will always make you happier with your collection. That's what it's done for me. Is
Or make you
the more
poor.
things, huh?
I said, or make you poor. Because if
Well,
you have this
that too.
exposure, you find out things that you didn't know existed, and you're like, oh man, that's so cool. I need that now. I'm going to
Makes your
collect that
house
one.
look like a damn warehouse. But all right, well, that was a good conversation. I think it was pretty good. I expected it to get heated in times, but I think we were all kind of on agreement with how social media is both good and bad, including the whole chat and everything. And I think like as influencers or influencers of people that what we do, we have to be, I think, more we have to welcome people with open arms better. But Tay Loco, thanks for joining us. And so I've been talking with Loco. I think we're going to have him on either next show or the show after. We'll have to figure out a schedule here, but we're trying to get him on here too. But anyways, so we can move on to news here. Unless any of you guys had any last thoughts here.
No, I'm good.
All right. So let's get into it. Talking about Mezco, we got nothing. We don't have any Mofex. Mezco is really
So
quiet.
are you still
actually.
going to take a full minute for it?
No,
Wow.
no, there's nothing there. I'm sure they'll have a couple releases. The only thing I can think of is that Mezco said their window for Doctor Doom pre-order is closing. That just means it's closing with like resellers and stuff. So get your orders in places that you for sure want to order it from. Okay, so McFarlane. Moving on to that, McFarlane Toys. They released a Spawn Gunslinger. So this is a 7-inch figure, GameStop exclusive, and it's $50. But this comes with Gunslinger and his horse. So they did just the statue before, right? We haven't gotten a full figure of like this.
I think this is really cool. I really like that horse. I think that's really well done.
Wait, say what you said again, Dylan.
We just got a statue, right?
No,
of
we got a
Gunslinger.
figure.
We did get one. Okay.
Yeah. This is
This one's
like a
different
second
colors, though,
release. I don't, unless it's like a muted. It looks the same to me. Looks 100% the same to me.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's
never
just
mind
with
then.
the horse. Maybe
Yeah.
like the weapons are different, but they definitely released him solo.
The gunslinger though, right? Not the horse.
Yeah, the horse
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the new thing. It's a 2-pack
Right.
now.
The horse might have been the only thing I can think of that they've done a horse for was the Batman build
Jason
figure
Nelson
for.
says it's the third.
Oh, wow! I didn't know they've done 3 gunslingers already. It's one of my favorite spawns, to be honest. I really like the gunslinger spawn what it looks like. But yeah, this 2-pack is pretty cool.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind getting it for just the horse. You know,
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's a horse you don't have to do a build a figure with. So
I think
Yeah,
he's
really
getting
cool.
more popular, though. I think that's why they're doing it, because he finally got his own comic series, because Todd wanted to expand the Spawn universe into a bunch of different titles.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
what
that
he
makes
did on
sense.
his most recent run, right?
Yeah, that's kind of a new thing. He started after like 300.
Right.
So then the other thing that he announced was the Clown Deluxe figure from Spawn. So this one's also a GameStop exclusive, and I think it's available now. But it's $39.99, and I think it should just be shipping out. So deluxe, that means it's going to be a bigger figure as well.
Look at his toes.
Yeah, Loco
it's like
sa-
they don't fit. He doesn't fit in the shoes.
Loco said
Do
he
you-
was waiting for this. I think a lot of people were.
Didn't they? I thought they did one of the clown already though, like a deluxe.
They did,
Is
but it
it-
wasn't bloody like that.
Right,
that's
but they've done one already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but
But I don't remember
could
the
have swore
shoes.
I could have swore when we covered him before, someone said that they were waiting for a different version of him, but I don't know if this was for sure it. I saw the female Spawn, by the way, in one of my local comic book shops, and it was loaded. That is a pretty cool looking figure overall. Speaking of which, so McFarlane, as we know, has had an issue of not releasing guns with a lot of their DC releases because of Warner Bros. / AT&T, where they can't release a lot of figures due to constraints and things like that should have guns. So, like Mezco, they are kind of following suit and doing a munitions pack. So there's 15 different guns in here. It's a McFarlane Toys store exclusive, so on their website for $15, and it's gonna ship out in July, it looks like. So yeah, I think this is really good. It's got like a Tommy gun, 2 pistols, looks like a shotgun pistol, Uzi, just a bunch of different. It's even got the revolver with the long barrel,
Yeah,
like
that
what
reminds me
Joker
of-
uses.
Yeah, Joker gun right there.
Yeah. So, yeah, really cool that they're doing this. It was probably needed since he complained about quite a few releases that they should have had figures or guns coming with the figures. Caffeinated asked, could I use this with Figure Arts Deadpool? Figure Arts would be tough because I will say I was using Mezco guns with McFarlane figures and it looked fine. These ones you could probably use with like Mezco, Mafex, Mythic Legions, or Four Horsemen figures, Cosmic Legions. But I don't think Figure Arts might be too small, because that's real 1/12 scale, and it's usually smaller than all those other companies. What do you guys think?
Well, the McFarlane stuff is 7-inch, right?
Yeah, but
And-
it's close enough, because like Mafex
Right.
and Mezco are close-ish to that.
Ish, yeah. I mean, I think this is great. Like, I would attempt to put these guns with almost any 1/12 figure and just kind of see how it matches up, you know. Lots of great options. I think some of them are definitely more directed towards certain characters, like with the Joker gun and stuff like that. But definitely needed, just in general.
Yeah.
I think because it's not the only company who is straying away from the vulgarness of some of these weapons or paraphernalia or whatever it is, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely good. Loco agrees with us. He said Figure Arts is too small. Jason says McFarlane exaggerates weapon size even for his figures at 7 inches. They look goofy at times. So that's good to know. Because I haven't, I guess, put McFarlane figure or McFarlane weapons with like Mezco really. I've done Mezco stuff with McFarlane and it looks fine. But I haven't done it the other way around. Because they usually will look worse, obviously. They're cheaper. But this would be a good set to maybe get and try and weather and mess with, customize a little bit. Put on, paint it however you want. So also, McFarlane Toys DC Page Punchers. This was something that was just kind of went up. We talked about the tease of this a while back, where these come with comics, right?
Yes.
So they're $14.99 each and due out in July of 2022. So there's Black Adam, Superman, and The Flash. And this looks pretty cool. I think Black Adam could be a hot commodity by the time this comes out. I was kind of thinking about that. I was looking at some of the future comic releases, and they're definitely timing a lot of those at the right time, I think, for that movie. So I think it's going to be pretty hype in the second part of this year for sure. So I think these look pretty cool. What do you guys think?
I think it's a cool idea to like have a figure that's very close to what the comic might look like. I mean, I believe these are 3 3/4, right? They would have to be, I'm guessing. But I just think it's an extra gimmick to get the comic. I mean, I think with DC Direct and stuff like that, they're trying to promote their comic series as well by throwing in
And that's
a figure
okay.
for it.
Yeah. You love to see comics getting big. You kind of want people to read comics. So
I think it's Todd trying to mix comics and toys because that's two of his biggest passions. So I think that's why he's doing a lot of that stuff. He wants to mix the two, and maybe for kids too. Because these, I don't know. I guess there are a lot of people that collect these kind of figures, but I always see these more as like a gimmick for kids.
Yeah, I'm all for
can see
this to
that.
get comics in kids' hands for them to start reading them.
Absolutely.
It doesn't
Yes.
happen enough. So
Ag-
this is
agreed.
the way to do it.
Well, and how many times have you
comic books? I don't care.
And how many times have you seen or experienced? You've read a book or you saw a movie, right? And you want that figure of that particular moment or something like that.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
to get both
it's really cool.
both at the same time is awesome.
Yeah, I agree exactly. I think it's cool. And like when you think about if comics are good and pushing them into this industry and the other way around, anytime you can expand those industries, it's probably a good thing. We wouldn't have the MCU if it wasn't for comic books overall,
Well,
right? So
and
we know how big it is on society.
This could be the next nostalgic thing for a young DC fan. Like, oh, remember when they
Yeah.
used to have those comic what were the comic punchers and stuff where you get the figure and the comic and oh, I still have my Batman one in box and stuff, and You know, so it's kind of cool to kind of see how things come full circle. You know, with a lot of us older collectors, we get in the reissues or like some of the retro stuff, and then for these younger collectors, this is what they're going to remember.
Well, yeah, and Todd's smart enough to know that what he loves won't continue to thrive if you don't bring in younger generations. Right. So eventually, if the way it keeps going, if just old people buy comics, eventually the old people won't be here anymore to buy comics, and then no one's buying comics.
And if you think about it, like with the price of a lot of these figures going up, that's out of the price range for a lot of families here pretty soon. They're
exactly.
Like, I want a Batman. Well, that Batman's $30. I'm not going to buy you a $30 figure that you're going to break.
Yeah.
You know, and stuff like that. And I know the experience because I have bought Legends figures between $20 to $25, $30, and even let my son have them because, you know what, I don't want this one, and he did, and just let him play with it, and it ends up broken, you know? And I'm like, well, that was my fault, but this is a cool, cheap way to get them to, one, read, which I think at least educationally a lot of people are pushing, and then two, get a cool little figure out of it to play Superman, play Batman with.
Exactly. You can reenact the scenes that you're seeing in the book. Even if you can't read the words, you can look at the pictures and be like, now I got a character, I can make him do that. Whatever's going on the page. So it's a great idea.
Money Mendez, you got anything for it?
Well, they're cool. I think they're cool. And I think it's, like you guys said, I think it's cool for kids to have something to play with and to buy and read comics. So it's all cool.
Just a quick update really quick. Dylan has a minor little emergency going on right now. So
you guys have seen, or you guys have heard of the Jordan flu game, right?
Absolutely not.
Yep.
What?
Yep. The Jordan flu game, yes.
You haven't heard of that, Eddie?
No.
Didn't you used to have a Jordan figure?
Yeah. That doesn't mean I know everything about fucking Jordan and the games.
Well,
and
it's like a famous game. The Jordan flu game.
Yep.
Welcome to the Dylan Bloody
Nose.
Welcome to the Dylan Bloody Nose episode.
No, okay. Now I know what you're talking about in the final series when he was really sick and he played through it. Okay. It took me a while. I was like, what the hell are you talking about, Jordan?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was a stupid reference. But anyways, I think we're good to go. So Super 7, we had a little bit of news here actually for Super 7. First thing, so we had a TMNT Ultimates Foot Soldier, glow in the dark. This one's a Super 7 exclusive on their website. $55 and due in spring of 2023. I think we've already had this figure, right? Just not glow in the dark version.
Well, this is good though, right? So you're not like reissuing the same thing over.
Yeah.
At least they're always doing some variant.
And they don't do a ton of reissues in the first place, so I think this is fine. But the other one that I know a lot of fans were, I don't know who Czarface is, but we covered, I think Damien and I covered him for the reaction when we used to cover those. But apparently he's like a hip hop artist. So it's a hip hop. Czarface is a hip hop juggernaut formed by Esoteric 7L, Inspecta Deck, and artist Lamorse Supreme. So I don't know any of those. I don't know if I'm like too young or too old, to be honest. But anyways, I know a lot of people are excited about this figure. It is cool looking, to be honest. I think it does look like a cool action figure. And of course, the box art is pretty fucking sweet.
What? Inspecta Deck.
I thought it was part of a
Wu-Tang? Isn't he one of the Wu-Tang members?
Oh, he could be. I thought I thought it was part of the what's the line that we covered that is like their line? Their
Oh
own?
yeah, no, this one isn't. This one's like a hip hop artist or
Is
has
it
something to do
Unruly
with that.
Dead or something?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I know what you're
That's
talking
what
about.
I thought it was. But that's cool.
Yeah.
You might be right, Brendan. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, I don't know. They have so many members, it's hard to keep track unless you're.
Yeah.
Exotic Car Facts official channel said not bad. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, cool box as always for Super 7. It's worth checking out for sure. So we also had no SH Figure Art news, right?
Right, but there is an update that Bandai Namco put out just yesterday. If you give me a minute, it talks about how they're merging with Bluefin, and how
Oh, yes.
after tomorrow there will no longer be you will no longer be able to consolidate Bandai Namco Collectibles LLC and Bluefin orders. If you wish to consolidate orders, please do so before then. And then also, I believe tomorrow is the last day to change your address if you have any credit card purchases as far as Bandai goes as well.
Yeah, that's good to know. That was one thing. I think it technically happened over last show's news, but it's
Right.
definitely good to point out with the merger of it was P Bandai and Bluefin, right?
And Bluefin, yes.
Yeah. So good to know there.
Well, it says consolidation of Bandai Namco Collectibles LLC, so I would guess that P Bandai is within that.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's all the news we had there. For NECA, we got the tease, obviously, of this one. So this is the April O'Neil Universal Monsters Bride of Frankenstein. So $32.99. There are two versions of it. There's a signature edition and standard ultimate. The signature, I believe, is sold out. It was up. What day was it up again? At 11 a.m. Eastern. I think it was last week. But yeah, anyways, the signature's already sold out.
Last
where
day
you get
was
it
for the 17th.
Okay, where you get an autograph by Judith. Is it Hogue? And then the standard is just the figure. So that one you can still order, I believe. Anyways, so this one looks pretty good. Sean, you're doing the Universal Monsters, but not the TMNT ones, right?
With getting the Raphael, I think I might jump into this one as well. I really like this April O'Neil, and I think it would make a cool matchup with the Frankenstein that they've come out with as well. So I'd be in for this wave. I'm excited for the Mummy version of the Turtles, and then this April O'Neil as well.
So you might get these?
I think I might, yeah.
Interesting.
Did they modify the knees? Like they created different knees? Because they normally have like the plastic that goes over the top.
Yeah. It does seem different than that. I think we talked about that with that April O'Neil. That was kind of a touchy subject.
I think it still has it. It's just hidden. The line probably at the bottom of the calf, or like where the bandages start at the bottom, and then at the top right there. Yeah.
I don't know. They almost look a little different than that.
Yeah.
Because
that had like that skin that dipped over.
Yeah, it had like had a tab in the middle that would come down farther. It would jut down kind of.
And then where the bend is hidden.
So they might be the same knees, Eddie. Maybe you're right, but that it for sure doesn't have that same tab like overhang that those ones had.
It's like I guess the thigh design would be different. That it wouldn't.
Yeah, technically that's true. So, yeah, and then there's the exclusive cover art that you get signed by her. She's been great throughout this all. It seems like she's taken the collecting side fairly seriously, so that's kind of cool to see from the actual art I guess actress. But anyways, it is now, we got 30 in the chat. It is now trivia time, everyone. Remember, if you get it right, you get entered into a drawing for a free figure. Sean, I had an idea. I just thought of this. You can shoot me down live on air. I don't care. But since we're starting to get such good engagement in this, and we're starting to get more than 2-3 people joining in this, our last couple shows, we've had someone say, "Oh, I thought I had the right one." Mm-hmm. What if we take the first 2 correct answers, so 2 people get an entry?
That would be fun. I mean, you could have a bigger wheel spin, for each entry. So
yeah, I just think we've grown good enough to where we can start doing that.
well,
I almost
kinda
feel
wanna
guilty.
start moving to some open-ended answers too.
Oh, okay. I almost
Makes it a
feel
little more
guilty
challenging.
because we'll post a question and we'll get like 15 responses in some cases and only one winner, and it almost feels like some guys are getting cheated just because of maybe internet connection, or I don't know. But anyways, that was just an idea. If you want, we can start tonight. Otherwise, if you want to talk about it later on, Sean, we can do that. Whatever you want.
Let's do it. Let's run it tonight.
All right, guys. Top first 2 correct answers get their entry. So, Sean, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go. So this week's small talk trivia: what popular action figure is technically named after a pigeon? Is it A, G.I. Joe, B, Batman, C, He-Man, and D, Yu-Gi-Oh?
D. That's what I'm saying.
B
Money?
man. B.
B. Mister?
Strange.
I'll go with D.
D?
El Rata.
The answer
All right,
is
hold on.
Okay.
Let's just see if the chat. So far, we only got 3 entries. Guys, if you want to enter, post your answer below.
They're waiting
Chat.
to Google it.
Yeah, we got 30. We got 30 viewers, so make sure you guys post your answer. Okay, so now we're starting to get some trickled through. I just wanted to give some time because I think there's kind of a delay sometimes with like the chat and everything. So
Why D? Why is it? It's because everybody doesn't know who Yu-Gi-Oh or what it is, so they're like D.
I don't know.
That's, okay.
well, why would G.I. Joe be named after a pigeon? Why would Batman be named after a pigeon?
Because a bat could be a rodent or like a. I have a feeling it's Batman. Just it makes the most sense.
Okay. I'm glad you didn't try and explain that. Something like a pigeon and a bat are definitely different. Okay, so everyone, we got some good answers. We had some people throw their answers in. All right, Sean, what do we got?
So the answer is actually A. Back in World War II, there was a pigeon that was named G.I. Joe, and it basically sent a letter to the Allies saying that the British Army has already saved the city and that there's no need to bomb it. And this pigeon named G.I. Joe got to the Allies just in enough time that they called off the mission. So it basically saved thousands of lives.
What the hell is even that?
Yeah.
That's
No
actually
one guessed A.
That's actually a really cool background story, but you said you were going to get harder with these questions, and you did.
OG fan. Put A. What's the fuck?
Toy
Are you
Mafia.
10 seconds
Just
behind?
now. Nobody guessed A. I can't believe it. That is
So
crazy.
That I think it's only happened one other time where we've not had a right answer.
I thought I don't remember that ever happening. That's
I think it was early on.
interesting. Well, that's kind of cool. Pudgy said after the battle they cooked him.
Oh, you hate
that
to
could
see
be that could be true.
David Malka-Seltzer, huh?
Well, no one got it right this week, but next week, we'll from here on out we'll start doing 2 at a time since we got a lot of people engaging. So tune in next week and for the trivia, and you'll have 2 entries. Sean, do we know the point of when we'll maybe have the giveaway?
Well, total right now we have Mafia with 3, Joey 1, Vintage with 1, and Lane with 1. So that's 6. Maybe when we hit a total of 10 points total.
Sure. I was gonna say for the 69th episode we should, but yeah, we should get more entries first.
Yep.
So yeah, okay, we'll do it every 10 entries that we get. So I think that's pretty good. All right, so moving on here to Black Series under Hasbro. We had a big week last couple weeks, I guess, here obviously because of May the 4th. So first one we have the Princess Leia in her Ewok dress, and then like with her super long hair and everything. $24.99 due in January of 2023. And then so I know a lot of people really like the changes to this one, but I don't have an opinion to it, to be honest. Interrupt me, guys, if you want me to stop at any point. And then this one was their next deluxe. So this was Figrin Dan. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it exactly, but it's one of the alien band guys that we see. So this one, oh wait, no, this one is Nalan Cheel, right? Because this one's a deluxe technically, right?
So
oh no, this is the regular
first
version.
one, the
Sorry,
first
I'm
one
confused.
is the regular. Is the Don.
Yeah, I'm confused. So this one is the regular version. So yeah, this one's $24.99. Also due January 2023, and he comes with like the bolo looking thing, kind of the flute looking thing. I don't even know what half the stuff is. And then the deluxe version of him comes with quite a bit of plastic, is what it looks like. Still feels weird to pay like $35 to $40 for this figure. But you know, if you're a never underestimate Star Wars collectors. There's probably someone out there who's like, yes, finally a Nalan Cheel. That's what I was hoping for. So
Yeah,
he
but it
comes
goes
like
well
with
with that.
his drums.
Cantina set, right? Did they release
Yeah.
a Cantina set
Well,
recently? So
That's 3 3/4 inch, I think.
they didn't. I thought they did a Black Series one. Okay, I'm just crazy then. Don't mind me. Keep going.
So someone call me out if I'm wrong, but I thought that was 3 3/4 inch. But anyways, so the next one on the list here, we got the New Republic Security Droid. This one is $24.99, also due in January of 2023. Oh, sorry, that Nalan Cheel is $38.99. You know, anywhere from like I said, $35 to $40, due October 1st of this year, 2022. And this droid looks pretty cool, but not a lot to it. And then this one actually looks pretty cool. So this is the Clone Trooper 187th Battalion figure. This is a Walgreens exclusive. And
That's all we really have on it. It was still one of those waiting releases.
Should this be purple?
why purple?
Because I think the 187th is purple.
I don't actually know. I don't know why they would do that if that's
They're
true.
purple.
So
I swear to God,
it
they're
seems like a faded. I was gonna say maybe it's like a fade. It's supposed to be like a faded purple, but no, it's definitely like a faded red. They look
They're
like faded
legit
shop troopers.
Purple.
Yeah, they're supposed to be Mace Windu's, right? Someone said battalion.
Mace Windu's attack battalion.
Yeah, wouldn't they?
Okay.
Those Cantina guys go with this? Am I
In
wrong?
Clone Wars, it's hard to
Wait,
tell.
what
Sometimes they
Brendan?
look.
Those Cantina
Oh,
guys.
that one. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. That one. I was thinking.
No, that's the cantina though. That's not the. That's all that
They
comes
could-
with
they
is the
could go in
bar.
there.
Yeah, but I said
Yeah,
that's
that's-
it's the same scene, right? So you just want to have them sitting off to the side.
Listen, Brenton, I don't have time to explain the semantics of this argument with you.
You want to argue who shot first, Han or Greedo?
No.
That is crazy. That if it's Mace Windu's battalion, they should be purple. Interesting.
Because I guess
okay.
in certain in the way the Clone Wars episodes were shown, in certain points they look like this color, but they're supposed to be purple. You know what I mean? So they made them this color, but I think it's because the lighting of the scenes, they look like this kind of
Okay.
copper red or whatever, but they're supposed to be purple.
So I was gonna say maybe it's the lighting on the figure, but no, that's definitely like a darker faded red. Single songwriter. It's not a Walmart exclusive. I believe it's Walgreens exclusive. Sorry if I said Walmart. I can't remember if that was it, but it's Walgreens exclusive. So probably pretty hard to find. I've checked out my Walgreens a few times. There's 2 figures in there that in the toy aisle every time I've gone in there. It's always a mess. But this figure, so this is Obi-Wan Kenobi Wandering Jedi version for $24.99 and due to release January 1st of 2023. I could see this one come a little bit earlier, but it looks like it's from the TV show, probably, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to focus too much on it. I'm sure we're going to get a ton from this line.
Yeah. This is
But-
from the new show, yeah.
Oh, gee. Thank you so much. He said when Star Wars was just... Or, sorry, I was reading his name. OG fan when Star Wars was just Star Wars. Thanks for the super chat. He said only Han shot Greedo, was fried before he could shoot. Agreed.
Wow.
Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And then the next thing on the list for Black Series is just the Elite Obi-Wan Kenobi Force Effects lightsaber prop replica, $278.99, due January 2023. Are these okay? These have the exchangeable tops, right? So this is the one that you can't put the blade into, Eddie.
Yeah.
And then this is it where you change it out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Just wanna
Galaxy's Edge ones are the same way.
Okay, that's right. And then the other big one that a lot of people are excited about was the Black Series is doing a Darth Vader premium electronic Darth Vader helmet prop replica, $131 and due of January 2023. This one I think is supposed to be from the Obi-Wan series, right? The Obi-Wan
Is it?
Kenobi series, I think so. So that'll be interesting. He's got the super red eyes. So yeah, we'll have to see. He's got the
So this is
pronounced
tech.
brows.
Oh yeah,
and stuff.
because A New Hope has the red eyes, right? So this is
and Rogue
technically
One,
like a pre A New Hope.
pretty much, yeah. So moving on to the vintage collection, a lot of good stuff here. This is, to me, the vintage collection again was the highlight of May the 4th. I know I've been ranting and raving about TVC last few episodes, but I've really started to enjoy it a lot. So this one's the 332nd Ahsoka's Battalion Clone Trooper, $14.99, January of 2023. So this one is they look like 501st, except they have her kind of face print on their helmets. And then we also got an Anakin Skywalker, looks like from episode 2. This guy is due in November of 2022. So it's like the Padawan, episode 2 Anakin. And then this one. So this one I ordered a couple of actually, as well as Ahsoka's, the 332nd. So this one's the Super Commando. This was Darth Maul's group, I think. So Super Commando, he's like kind of got the red paint smear on him and stuff like that.
Wait, go
Also
back to
due in
the
November
packaging
2022. What's that?
Wow, it does say Super Commando. I thought the Super one was the one with the horns.
It was. I'm pretty sure that. So I was confused by that as well because I have that Black Series one. I'm pretty sure that's what they called it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Super something. And then the other one. So I didn't order this one, but this one's a Gaming Greats. So I didn't. So that means I guess it's a GameStop exclusive. It's the Heavy Assault Stormtrooper. This one is $16.99, due October of 2022. And the Gaming Greats that this is from, I think it is not the Force Unleashed. What is one from again?
Rip. I just saw the name of it.
Force Unleashed had something similar to this, though, right? Oh no, it was the Fallen Order.
Yeah, that's what I think it's from. Yeah, it's Jedi Fallen Order. That's what it's from.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to think. I should know that. I beat that game. I want to replay it though. Now that
It
it's
said it on
redone
the
for
fucking
Series
picture
X.
you had, bro, and you.
Oh my god! What an
you hate
idiot!
to see it.
God. Okay, so then this one, this was also Gaming Greats. So this is the Stormtrooper Commander, and this one, okay, there we go. This one's from the Force Unleashed.
Do people not like
Great.
this trooper? Because this shit sits at every GameStop, the Black Series one.
I know it does. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't remember these guys from that game a bunch. I played both
Right.
Force Unleashed games, and I don't remember
Yeah.
them a ton.
It's like a 501st trooper, but with a like new Stormtrooper head.
Yeah, and just a little bit different paint.
Yeah.
And then this one was probably one of their biggest releases, in my opinion. So this one is the, so I think it's their 4th iteration of a 4-pack that they're doing. So it's just Clone Trooper 4-pack, Phase 1 Clone Trooper. So like the Clone Wars early versions of them with the first helmets. So there's 3 regular white ones, all with removable helmets, and then the one commander with like the blue on his shoulders and stuff. So this pack is on Hasbro Pulse for $44.99, due out December 1st of 2022. I also ordered this one. I think I've ordered all of the 4-packs except for the Rebel Troopers. So yeah, I think these are awesome. I love that they are doing these. Eddie, you didn't order these, did you?
No, they were tempting as hell to not order them though. Like
Yeah, because you like Phase 1,
I
right?
love Clone Troopers. Phase 1 or Phase 2, I just love Clone Troopers. They're cool. But it's cool. I would have to get a couple though, I think. And also, with vintage stuff, the cards tempt me more than the figures. Like I like the card back, so these multi packs never really do much for me because they're not card, right? Or is there carded figures in the pack?
Honestly, I haven't gotten one in hand. I don't have the regular Stormtrooper ones because I think those are the only ones that have been released, right?
Yeah.
I don't have those. That'd be a good question for Mario. I don't know. I would
There
assume
might be
not.
actual cards.
I don't think they are because these are small boxes.
Yeah.
I thought I saw someone have like a box in hand and they're small, so I would be surprised. I would just guess it'd be like plastic what is it, like sleeves or
Bags.
something?
Oh, clamshell?
Backs. Yeah,
Yeah.
clamshell is what I.
Weren't they in like a foam or something? Weren't the figures just sitting down in
That'd be
something
cool
like
too.
that before?
Foam would be expensive, I would think.
So, this is the other big news. Now, I know a lot of us weren't super excited about this. I don't know. Maybe there are people who are really excited about this. So, they are kind of re-releasing their Star Wars retro figures. So, it's a collection of their first couple figures, the ones that kind of started it all. They're technically like 3 3/4 inch, I think, right? And it comes with a Stormtrooper, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Chewbacca, and Han Solo. So pretty much everyone you would need. But yeah, it's I don't know. What do you guys think of this?
I think it's cool for the people who did not jump on the original retros and stuff like that, you know. But I think it kind of sucks for the people who do have the original ones, because this was like one of the last few things that wasn't reproduced, right?
I think they've done something like this before, to be honest. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure they have, actually. But I don't know. It was kind of spotty. I don't think they did this exact pack of figures. I think they might have only done like an Obi-Wan Kenobi or something like that. I can't remember exactly.
Oh, I was able to find a picture of how those come. Those 4-packs.
Mm-hmm.
If you can see this, they're like just individually wrapped in there.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, God, I want one. I need to get one of those. So yeah, these ones are supposed to represent, like Single Songwriter said, looks very similar to the ones from 77 to 79. Yeah, that's what they're there for.
Right.
Am I still glitching out, guys?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. I'm going to try and exit out some tabs here, because I was trying to reopen something, and it weirded out on me. But
It only got a little bit more worse towards like the more recent stuff. You were fine earlier.
okay. So yeah, that's pretty much all we got for Star Wars and Hasbro news. Pretty light there. The other thing here that I kind of wanted to outline that I thought was pretty cool was, so from 5K Toys' Facebook page, they posted these two pictures for teasing PW Toys, in parentheses, PW I think stands for Pocket World, 1/12 scale Doc Ock, and Green Goblin. These are, I believe, third party, so who knows how these will turn out. But these almost look like pictures. They look so good in these teases. We'll have to see what the actual figures look like. But one thing that I will always say 12th scale and smaller scales really suffer with compared to 6 scale third party stuff is head sculpts. Third party 12 scale and small scale stuff sucks for head sculpts for the most part. But you can find some really cool maybe pieces. Hopefully this Doc Ock will be quite a bit of an upgrade from the Legends one that we've gotten. I'm guessing it will be. Yeah, Punisher. This is a third-party company, so it's really going to be iffy if you want to order it or not. Now, I will say I've ordered from 5K Toys, reputable. You know, I had to ping them a bunch just for updates, because I had a long pre-order and I started seeing the figure that I ordered in hand, and I hadn't gotten an update, so I just pinged them on Facebook, and very responsive. Just a different time zone is the main thing you have to understand. But for the most part, you can order from 5K Toys and be fine with it.
Where are they out of?
I think Hong Kong.
Okay.
Somewhere over there.
Ordered one thing from them, and I haven't had any problems. But
Yeah.
the So they're obviously going with the Mezco like look, right? Because they like use their same branding, 112.
Yeah.
So they're going for like
I noticed that too.
like a soft goods or high end soft goods kind of look. And then I kind of hate myself for this, but the arms are inaccurate. They're not. They should have yellow paint on the Doc Ock arms, so that's already wrong.
Yellow paint where?
All the way up the arms. One side of all of the arms have yellow, like paint on them.
Even before he like takes the
Yes.
Spider-Man's. Oh, okay.
Because when
I
he
didn't know
takes
that.
the Spider-Man's, he just has red mixed in. But
Yeah. Okay.
Well, these are for Spider-Man 2 from 2004.
Yeah, they still have the yellow paint.
Yeah, we'll have to see how these turn out. On the pictures here, they say 6/1 of 2022. So it'll be some time before we have an update for these ones. But yeah, so
See-
what?
See how the Hot Toy has, see the line of yellow that goes up the
I
edge
always
of it?
thought that was just shading, like lighting. I never knew that was like paint on them actually.
Yeah, it's actual. There should be
Oh.
a yellow line of it.
Well, you can kind of see it up on the corner here if that's it then. I just assumed that was like
That kind of looks like maybe. I
yeah,
don't know,
we'll have to
but
see.
yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty exciting. But overall, that's all we got for the news here. So that's kind of a quieter week. I'm guessing June, July will start picking back up here. But after May the 4th here, we'll have a little bit of a lull and we'll start getting back into it. I did also want to mention to everyone watching, we may have to do a pre-record for the next episode. By the next episode, I will be on the road, out of town. I will not be able to record. So we've talked about the three options of either postponing it, pre-recording, or you guys do it without me, I guess. So a fourth option. Or we do a different day, like a Wednesday night or something like that. So just to let everyone know, for the next show, that's what we'll be looking at.
I think it'll depend on how crazy the news is coming out of or coming into next week.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we can keep an eye on it. But we'll keep you guys updated. Eddie, you want to run us through the Patreonies here?
Yeah, we'd like to thank Sean Fear, Ian Seavey, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, Lemur Hernandez, King Louie, Mark Pearson, Paul Shriver, James Colley, Equan, Chris Valencerina, Ben Thomas, Chris Letty, David Jones, Sam Gist, Daminator, João Breda, Sweet Danny Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Kratt, Big Fern, King Zachary V, Caesar Mariquin, Mark Phillips, Lisa Martin Bamonski, Rick De Gregorio, The Everyday Collector, Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Erwin Azucena, The Illustrious Rainer, Alad Morgan, Tukatri, Wa, Derek Bieziadzinski, Carlos, take the small talk logo off.
Oh, sorry. Continue on. I'll take it off. And then you come
Matt
back.
Clevenger, Seth Tucker, CC3PO, Scott Smith, Dalmaton, Bola Boy, Jimmy James, Stephen Purchase, Sean Yeltsy, Scott Bradley, Stephen Maria Stanley, Eddie Manzanares, Louis Bennett, Chip Perrin, Jimmy Hernandez, Gigi the Judgmental, Carlos Saavedra, and Brenton Palmer. Pew, pew, pew.
I like how you went off just to make sure that Brenton Palmer still finished.
We have to give him his due respect, you know, every once
So
in
I
a
put
while.
it.
The pew-pews.
So I put a link. Good night, single songwriter. Thanks for joining us. Hope you had fun. So my computer's like gonna blow up, so I'm gonna try and run through this real quick. Sorry if I'm breaking up, guys. May Patreon benefits. We are doing a Bricks and Brews hollow sticker, and then CW Pogs. There's common or chase versions, and then you have a chance at any of these stickers here.
That's the Water Guy tier.
Oh yeah. Yep. So the highest tier, you have a chance at these stickers here. So like so many bees.
I think you get all of them.
Oh,
The
I thought it
highest
was a
tier is
chance
getting
one.
all of those.
Oh, okay.
You get a chance.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha.
with the collecting weekly pog, you get a chance at either the regular or the shiny one, and I think it's a 1 in 4. But I think with the with the What a Guy tier, you get all of these. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. Zach said the single pack pog, everyone gets 1 pog and they get a random chaser common, and they're limited to 25 total. And then the full, the top tier, yeah, gets the deluxe set, the full sheet. So, speaking of which, so Matt Clevenger is my neighbor. He's one of our Patreons. I saw the network sticker sheet. Really cool, actually. I kind of wish I was getting stickers. I'll be honest. I might have to join to be a Patreon.
These aren't stickers, bro.
No, I know. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm going back, and I'm talking about the network.
The network one. Yeah, that one's
yeah,
cool. That one's
like
pretty
this
cool.
one.
I have that.
I like
one.
that one. That was really
It's
cool.
dope.
Okay, so Sweet Angel, if you want to become a Patreon at Sweet Angel, $5 a month, you get access to Ox After Dark, and then 6 stickers sent straight to your door. Certified Crispy, $15 a month. You get an official Certified Crispy certificate on first pledge, and then assistance with figure fixes by Zach, and benefits of the previous year. What a Guy, $25 a month. You get a What a Guy exclusive Pog Deluxe set on first pledge, doubles of all stickers, and benefits of the previous tiers. International postage above $5 we send a charge for Pogs. And then, so some the YouTube channel members want to shout out: Mojo Z78, Absolute Irwin, Test Jess 1, DK Avenger 702, OMFG Rick, Mike Coxlong, S Beam, Andreas IV, Dammit Air, Sam Gist, OG Fan, The Pemricas, Mark Pearson, Ben Thomas, Justin Arras, Paul Schreiber, Andrew Gibo, CC3PO, Lemur Hernandez, and Carlito. Thank all of you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Again, you guys are the reason I was able to upgrade a mic and not sound so echoey or shitty. So thank you.
You know what
guys.
I just realized?
What?
I am not on the channel members list, and I've been a fucking channel member since the beginning.
For YouTube?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll fucking comment right now. My name will be green. What the fuck, Zach? You hate to see it.
Dude, call him out on it. Well, comment on there. I just want to.
I want my $1 back, bro.
So yeah, if you're a Patreon, it's only 99 cents. You get special badges that you can point in, and then member shoutouts. If you are not a Patreon, you can join the Peanut Gallery and get all those things for $2.99 a month. And then our network, we got Collecting Weekly Live. They go live every Tuesday at 8:30 Central PM. Only Fools and Collecting. They alternate Thursdays with us. They'll be going live next Thursday. We do every other Thursday, so not next Thursday, but the Thursday after is typically when we go live. The next one's going to be an exception. And we always go live at 8:30 PM as well. Jeez. Got Ox After Dark. That is every Wednesday night. Bricks and Brews. You guys just had a show. Eddie, were you on for that last Bricks and Brews? You were, Brenton, right?
Yeah, Brenton. What did you do? The Doctor Strange thing or something? Or were you not there? You're muted, boy. Fucking noob.
Boy.
Sorry. I did the 89 Batwing.
Oh, that's right.
finished
You
that.
finished it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we did, me and Adriana were building the Friends Central Perk set. But yeah, was that last Sunday?
No, I think it was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay, yeah. The next one should be, it's supposed to be the last Sunday of every month. That's usually what we aim for, but, you know, with scheduling and everything, sometimes it switches up, so maybe the next one will be on the 29th. I'm not sure, though.
That's always fun. My neighbor always talks about getting a cool big Lego set, and I told him he should hop on for that.
So there's the goat boat that's out for the new Thor movie that I really want, and I just saw at Target they have a Lightyear like his ship, and it looks really cool, and it's cheap too. It's like
that's cool.
it's like $50 or something like, and it's like a legit one that comes with like the plaque and everything. So I was like, damn, that's pretty dope. I might get that one. So I'm clearly staying in the realm of Star Wars here. Fucking
Eddie's
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
holy shit.
and then we got the Ringcast. We got Collectors Club every Friday now, where John will talk comics and statues. And then we got Pose Wars, and then Live and Let Dice. So if you want to also support us when there's sales going on, that's usually when I'd recommend doing it. But you can buy a shirt with one of our designs off T Republic. I'll put the link in the chat here. Got a bunch of good ones there.
You sound like a commercial, bro. Because your mic is giving, so it's like if you'd like to support us, buy from T-Public.
I was talking fast with the kind of the terms and conditions of the Patreon thing, but anyways, yeah. So go join Collecting Weekly Auxiliary. That's our Facebook group. I'll put the link in there again. Great group. Have a lot of fun there. At Collecting Weekly is our Instagram page, and then at the Everyday Collector for John's Instagram page, and then we got to remove the ins and outs here, but good one there. So great. We don't have any Marvel Legends news. Sorry, you guys. So
way to tease us. Appreciate it.
But great show. Do you guys have any last kind of shout outs here before we say our good nights?
Big shout out to the chat for participating in the Smaller Talk conversation. It was really good and had a lot of fun talking about it.
Yeah, I feel like we did pretty good for time. I would have kept that going. I didn't realize how quickly I guess we'd get through news, but probably could have kept that going. That was a good topic. I wouldn't mind rolling back to that topic someday. Anyways, that was a good one overall.
Let's let Brenton like marinate in the new YouTube stardom for a year, and then we'll come back to it and see if he feels the same.
He's gonna come back and just be like, "This is what you guys should do. Just do exactly what we." Yeah.
Thanks for the super chats. We had a good little super chats tonight. That's awesome.
Thank you guys. Love the chat. It's always a fun night. I look forward to this because of obviously, I get to hang out with you, Brenton, Sean, Eddie, you guys. And then of course I feel like I get to hang out with the whole chat. All of you guys engaging. If you're watching or listening to us after the fact, love you guys as well. Every once in a while I'll get a comment every once in a while about the show and how much they like it. It does really mean a lot. Not that I need constant positive affirmation, but it does every once in a while. It is good to know that, people do appreciate what we do here. So, yeah, thanks for the active chat. You guys were bumping tonight. And Eddie, if you want to plug your channel quick here.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It feels weird to do it every time, but yeah, Made Media, if you guys want to check it out, it's Statue News. Statue Talk in general. We're doing a lot live unboxing this weekend on Saturday at 8:45 Pacific Standard Time. If you're not doing anything Saturday night, Payne's unboxing an anime piece from Naruto. It's Itachi. I don't know anything about Naruto, but
not your toe.
Yeah, there you go. Not your toe. So that would be pretty cool. I haven't been posting the statue news regularly. I missed a couple weeks, so I need to be consistent with that. But yeah, if you guys have time, check it out. It's pretty cool. Appreciate you letting me talk about it, Dylan.
Yeah, absolutely. Check out his stuff. Great stuff over there. Brenton, you have any shout outs here?
Hey, just thank you guys for having me on, and Eddie, I like that shirt. That's Midtown High Science, right? Is that what that's supposed to be?
Clearly not. Was I just talking shit about Tom Holland and I got his? Yeah.
You got the shirt on.
It was in a
I
Funko.
had a cool shirt. I bought a really cool shirt, and I wanted to wear it for small talk, and I forgot to do it.
Don't believe you.
I'm so mad right now. I'll wear it for the next one. You guys.
It's those
it,
the
you love
Funko shirts. I buy those all the time. This one came in like one of the
Oh, and
homecoming
the
boxes.
the collector corp ones.
Yeah, kind of like that. There's actually two in
Mine-
Target right now that I've been looking for. If you guys see it, let me know. They have like a Star Wars one that's what was that series called? That was like the little shorts, like the little 15-minute shorts, the animated stuff.
On
The
Disney
Jedi
Plus.
Academy thing.
Yeah, those. So they have a shirt that's like has Japanese lettering, and then it shows all the Star Wars characters from those shorts. That I need a double X, and all I've seen is XL. And then there's a Loki one that has the Loki like lettering from the show, and then it has Throg in a little jar. And I love Throg like because he's Thor, so I haven't found that one in double X either. But I always get those shirts, man.
Badfish said Leafs lost an OT. Missed most of the stream, including trivia. Terrible night. That's what you get for not tuning in. I'm just kidding. Wilder fucking down 4-0 as well. So right there with you, buddy.
Badfish, check out the trivia. See if you get it right before.
Yeah,
watching
no
it.
one got it right. Badfish, you could have been it. But
Finally.
yeah. Yeah. Thanks everyone again.
Should we give him a chance?
No.
No. Okay.
It's too late.
Okay.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. It was a fun stream. Until next time, have a good night, everyone.